I know that it does Bart's heart so good when he walks in and sees the twins playing with his Hot Wheels and playing with his toys. Or their babies walking in the background naked. Yes. I'll probably just leave that in. Bart's mother passed away in 2015, and after that I sort of kind of emptied the refrigerator and washed the linens and stuff, and then we just closed it for a while. So the house sat empty for 4 years, and it was a really hard time for Bart and for myself. Bart is so sentimental, and we didn't really know what we wanted to do with the house. It's right in the middle of our farm, so selling it wasn't really an option, and Bart is really way too tender-hearted, so the thought of renting it to a stranger was really not a good option either. And then I kind of was dwelling on her memory and what would honor her memory, because we didn't want it to fall into disrepair either. Her yard and her home, I mean, she was a homemaker. This was her pride and joy, so we didn't want to see it fall into disrepair either. So that's when I kind of had the idea, what if we fixed it up, and what if I used it for a studio and I could have an office there. I pitched the idea to Bart, and he loved the idea. Bart's mother was such a meticulous historian, and she really valued preserving her family's history. When I was going through the contents, trying to keep all the memories safe and to preserve those and organize those, I found things that were 50 years and older. I found some of Bart's homework from kindergarten, same with his brother. A lot of the decor in the studio was items that she had felt were important enough to save. And so you'll see some really old pictures that I've framed, artwork that I've framed. My favorite piece of my gallery wall in the studio is just a torn page from a magazine. And who knows what prompted her to save that. There's not a date on it. It was just kind of mixed in with some other papers. But I can tell that it spoke to her, and as soon as I saw it, it really spoke to me as well. That's one of my favorite aspects of the studio, is how I've kind of continued on her tradition of being the family historian. Idea person. She always had a ton of ideas and a ton of projects, and I feel like we had that in common. So I really think that she would be proud that I saw this idea through. And even though she was sort of the alpha female, and I'm sure she would have wanted things her way, I think she would be really proud to see how this has turned out and to know that her legacy is living on. So that makes me really happy.